Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again. Daily rewards claim. Had a little bit of time to play today, so trying to focus more on getting more daily chests and playing my accounts a little bit more. Spent most of my time playing my bronze account, but I want to focus now into getting more into the silver account. So got 3 chests to claim here. So my focus is about to reset in like 3 minutes, so that's why I want to get it done now, so I can start fresh. And as always, need summoners on this account, so hopefully we get a summon. And there we go, got a summoner. So good start. And a little bit of SPS and a potion. So let's head on over to my other account. Let's see what we have here. I believe I have 10 chests on my alt account. Did my guild brawls. Okay, so we have 10 chests to claim here, to 21 for the season. And on this account, we're just looking for any gold cards, and then epics and legendaries. So there's a summoner. Actually have the summoners that I need now for bronze. There we go. There's an epic card, Noah the Just. Common. A little more SPS. And a summoner. Wow. Very good opening. 2 summoners, an epic out of 10. So let's make sure I take note of that. So we had 10 chests that we opened. Got 4 cards. So up to 585 cards now. Almost 1,900 chests, or actually just over 1,900. 1,904. We got 2 summoners and an epic. Noah. Alright. So that might be my first Noah the Just. I know I have a couple epics, but I can't remember which one on which account. But yeah, I don't think I had that one. Okay, so let's go to Own Soulbound. And let's look at epics. Oh, I did have that one. Okay. So I have the fire, and I have the water, and I have the neutral. So I need the other ones. But that's still cool. Always good to get some epics. Let's take a look at the summoners now. So as you can see, I have summoners all at level 2. Could actually get my dragon and my water summoners to level 3. Like I said, just staying in bronze on this account. Got some SPS to claim, so let's go ahead and claim that now. Getting closer to 900, so maybe after a few more days and the next guild brawl, when the guild brawl ends, I should be pushing right around 900 SPS for the $10 account, which I'm very happy with. As you guys know, I only spent 10 bucks to make the account and got almost 15 bucks just in SPS. And I think last I checked a couple weeks ago, I had a little over $60 worth of cards. Of course, the big card I got was the Immortalis that I pulled out of a pack. Okay, so let's do a new focus. So water's the focus here. That's a good good splinter for me. Go back and sign on the main account. Hopefully death, no, earth. Let's switch that focus up. Fire. Okay, so what other things that I want to talk about other than just the daily rewards? Let's see, there's so much to go over. There's always land stuff. Let's take a look at the market. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and one of the things I didn't really get a chance to mention with Dwayne when we chatted a few days ago, one thing I did talk about is how I think that SPS won't significantly go up until we get, the one thing we talked about was the new player experience, and I really think we need a free-to-play mode, a player versus environment mode, where new players and experienced players can play not against the bots, but against the Splinterlands game itself. And I think once that happens, and that's going to be at least, I would say, 18 to 24 months away, because they have to get land done, they have to get some other items done. So, but once that's all done, I think SPS might start to appreciate. It took a nice bump up when people needed to get it for SPS staking. We got up to what, 2.6, 2.7, something like that. And what happened since then? It's just drifted right back down. Same thing with DEC. DEC was up to what, 90 cents, I think, maybe somewhere around that per thousand. Now we're drifted down. I think I saw it as low as 75 or 74. We're kind of staying in that 75 to 80 cent range per thousand. For SPS, I really don't think it's going to start going up until, like I said, the new player experience comes out, where we get people that come in that want to play free to play. The game's fun. They're not playing against bots. Some of those players actually decide to become paid members. And, once they come in, then they're going to start, buying a little bit of SPS. The other thing is, I don't think SPS is really going to appreciate until it's is stopped giving away as much as it is. Because right now you can get it in guild brawls, you can get it in ranked battles. You get it, of course, for staking. So while people are still getting it basically for free, I don't see a significant price increase. So it's a good thing. I mean, it gives us a lot of time to accumulate as many as we can. Eventually they will get the flywheel going. At some point, people are going to start burning small amounts of SPS probably to get DEC. I don't think it's going to be as much as people think or hope. I think the thing that's really going to get DEC back to peg is going to be the time crystals. Once land comes out 2.0 and beyond, and people start realizing the power of time crystals to clear your land instantly, they're going to be, throwing 100 DEC per time crystal in big chunks. So that's kind of my feeling on SPS. Great to accumulate now. You're going to have a year or two before you see significant increases in the price. So not financial advice, but don't worry too much about the price. Just accumulate now, build your position. I guess one final thing on SPS, if you have an occupied plot, of course you're probably going to go for SPS when land 1.5 comes out. But for me, if you don't have an occupied plot, my feeling would be go for the grain, of course, to build up as much grain as you can, and go for research. Research is going to be important, even if we don't know the specifics. It's going to be one of those things where if you don't have enough research, you're going to wish you did. That's just my gut feeling. So going to be doing as much research as I can, definitely on both of my magic plots, and we'll just see how it goes. The other tokens I want to talk about a little bit, Chaos Legion, kind of forgotten with all the land hype and everything going on. $1.20 a pack is a steal. I mean, it really is. I mean, I know there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot that's unopened. But packs, guys, I mean, just from my Magic the Gathering background, I remember back when Revised was everywhere. It was in bookstores. It was in just, hobby shops. It was at Walmart, Target. I mean, everywhere you looked when Magic started to boom in the mid-90s. Revised was everywhere, and people were like, it's never going to be worth anything because it's everywhere. Now, granted, it's 20 plus years later. Those packs are hundreds of dollars each. Now, I don't think Chaos Legion is ever going to be hundreds of dollars a pack, but 2, 3, 4 years down the line, once we're 3, 4, 5 more sets in, people are going to look back at Chaos Legion and say, hey, you know what? There's a lot of good cards in those in those packs. So if you can afford it, if it's in your budget, I don't think you're going to find a much cheaper price than $1.20. It may dip down. I think we got down to what, close to $1, but packs, guys, it's always good, I think, just to hold some packs for the future and just see what happens. GLX token, I'm just continuing to auto stake this hourly, letting it build. Don't care about the price. I'm going to still be earning rewards till November, so we'll see how the game goes. I know a lot of people were disappointed with the beta. I'm not big into soccer at all. I just like the tokenomics of GLX compared to DEC. And if the game does take off, if they get a couple big name stars and put those in their packs, then watch out. To be determined. I mean, you know, for me, it's like I'm not going to put any more money into it than what I already have. I'm just going to let it build and just see what goes from there. The part token, I'm starting to get more and more into part. Golem Overlord, I still play. Actually, I just converted some of my Forge to part to kind of build my account a little bit, and I'm thinking part might be the token now, other than Forge, that really gives me a little bit of passive income to put into other games. It's so easy to play Golem Overlord. You know, set your collection time for 4 hours or 8 hours, get your part, figure out what you're going to restake, what stats you're going to put in, and go from there. This is basically just a money machine. I mean, you're getting small amounts of crypto every 3 seconds. I mean, if you just look at your counter right here, it's just slowly going up. So the more part that you can produce per hour, the more scavenger golems, you know, the more you're going to produce. And even if the part token is low, I look on the leaderboards, there's still people that can collect, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 part, you know, even at low prices. You know, you're going to get 6, 8, 10 bucks every 8 hours if you can get your account up to those levels. So, you know, you're never going to get rich from it, but it's one of those things where if you're already playing the game, if you're already into Golem Overlord, don't forget about it. Just, you know, do your collection every 8 hours and take that little bit and reinvest it or put it where you think some tokens might appreciate. Vouchers, love vouchers. At some point, like I've said so many times, this token is going to be way, way, way higher than 2.7 cents. I don't care if it's 6 months from now. I don't care if it's a year from now. There's going to be promo cards that come out that need vouchers. There's going to be future card sets, probably where you need to spend X amount of DEC or SPS plus a voucher. When land comes out, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. It's probably not going to be in 1.5, but land 2.0 and beyond, they're going to add some kind of vouchers for discounts to help pay for a little bit of fees or a little bit of transportation costs. At some point, Splinterlands will implement a daily use for vouchers in small amounts, where it's 1 voucher here, 2 vouchers there, that everyone's going to need to spend. You know, even if it's something as minor as re-rolling your rule set. You know, spend a voucher, re-roll your rule set. You know, anything like that is going to increase the price. I did a poll a few videos ago about what do you think is going to 10x first, vouchers or SPS, and there's a couple people that, you know, they said vouchers, and I agree 100%. I mean, I don't see SPS, you know, hitting 20, 25 cents before I see vouchers hitting 25 cents. So just my feeling, like I said, just a gut feeling. I picked up a couple thousand vouchers, and you know, when I get some more funds, I'll probably pick up a couple thousand more and just sit and wait. Alpha packs, this is ridiculously low. About all I can say about that. You know, it's one of those things, guys. Too, years from now, if the player base grows, if the game is still around 5 years from now, and I think most people think it will be. I mean, of course, nothing is guaranteed, but you know, the team has done amazing things. If you think about it, in 5 years, with a very small player base, you know, and I'm saying very small is under 10, 20,000. When you figure there's a lot of games out there where there's hundreds of thousands or millions of people playing and doing very well, the fact that Splinterlands has been around for 5 years with the player base that it has is quite an accomplishment. So, but that being said, you know, if the player base even grows, you know, 10 times what it is now, which is still a small game, these alpha packs are just, yeah, people are going to look back and go, oh my God, you could get alpha for under $300 a pack. Why didn't you buy all of them? Didn't know at the time. Well, like I said, I fully expect that years from now, and in no time soon, 5 years plus, these are going to be 4-figure packs. I mean, look at the amount that's available, 6,000, and that's only going to go down. Once you open a pack, you can never reseal it, so that number is only going to decrease. So, alpha packs, yeah, like I said, I own one. If I can get a few more, you know, when money allows, I'm going to pick up some more and just set it to the side. Rift Watchers, fantastic set. They're burning it, which, you know, I think any burning of a pack is a mistake, but it is what it is. But I'm going to use that to my advantage. I know what the numbers are. I know how low this is going to be printed. I know half of it or more is going to be burnt. And I know that 6 months to a year from now, it's going to be a lot higher than 325. So once again, if I had more money, it would be, yep, alpha packs, yep, vouchers, Rift Watchers, just so many of the tokens are just such a great deal right now. Shards, basically what I've been doing with my shards is converting it to part. I'm really not interested in the backgrounds. I bought a couple, but just taking the free shards that I'm getting, converting it to part, and using that to build my account. So not hoarding it, not buying any shards. So just converting to part and building my account. Forgium, I was big on Forgium. As you guys know, I use Forgium to fund my $10 account. For the longest time, I was taking Forge, converting it to DEC for Gedford to help build his account. Now that it is so hard to get Forgium, basically your earnings are down to 25%. It's really going to slow my account down. So we'll see how my $10 account does in the next couple of months. The Forgium price, at least with the changes they made, it should start going up, but the fact that it is so low right now, and I don't think there's that many people that are actively playing Splinter Forge, that I don't think this token is going to go up a whole lot in the near future. It may slowly drift back up, but with not a lot of people playing the game, and actually maybe more people leaving Splinter Forge saying, you know, hey, it's not worth it now. I'm not earning hardly any Forgium, and it's not worth anything. You know, I've got to get 1,000 Forge just to get 8 cents. And unless you're on the leaderboards, it's not easy now to get 1,000 Forge. So we'll have to see. I'm going to keep a close eye on the Forge price over the next few weeks to see what happens. Because like I said, this is the main way that I was basically continuing to play and build my $10 account. So that's another reason why I'm kind of looking at part is kind of taking the place of Forgium for helping me to build my account. Plots, $91 a steal. There's not that many left. I know there's what, 10, 15 regions, but to get a plot that is not tied to a specific region, you always have that gambler's premium that, you know, you could open that plot. Even on the very last region, you know, you could get a castle, you could get a keep, and even if the castle and keep are both claimed, you could get an occupied. You know, you could get an epic or legendary occupied, who knows? But I think land plots are a good deal anytime you get them under $100. We'll see eventually when land 2.0 to 3.0 comes out what the overall feeling is towards land, how the game mechanics have worked. Are people actually making any kind of return with land? Are people enjoying the game? How close are we to getting items and spells? When we get to that point, which will be version 3.0, I'm guessing, is when land is completely done. It'll be interesting to see how many land plots that are not claimed and not tied to a specific region, how much these actually go for. So I'm thinking it's going to be a lot more than $90. Just a ballpark guess, and I'm just throwing a number out. I would say at least a couple $100 by that point. I mean, once you get down to the last few regions and there's not that many chances left to get a castle or keep, people are, you know, going to want that gambler's chances. Hey, you know, I'll roll the dice, I'll spend $100, maybe I'll get something good. So like I said, if I had more money, you know, plots would be something I'd love to have. Just a couple, just not even claim them, just set them to the side and see what happens in a couple years. What other Splinterlands tokens are here? Well, GLGT. I guess this token is kind of like the voucher for Genesis League. 1.5 cents. I'm not as big on this as I am vouchers, but I think this kind of may be the sleeper token. Because I think these are the tokens that you actually need in Genesis League. I can't remember if specifically what it's for, if it's for converting some other token or buying packs or something like that. But just at 1.5 cents, and they're not giving away in as high quantities as the GLX token is. You know, like it says right here, there's 500,000 in circulation compared to hundreds of millions. So at $0.015, one thing I was thinking of doing maybe is unstaking a little bit of my GLX and just converting it to GLGT. Still trying to debate on that. And anytime you get tokens or anything like that that's under 2 or 3 cents, to me it's just like, man, there's so much upside to that token. But then, of course, like I keep saying, there's a limited amount of funds, so you have to make the decision on what you want to invest your money in. But You know, GLGT is something I'm definitely going to watch. And I think that's pretty much it for the tokens that I wanted to talk about. Showed you real quick my account here on Golem Overlord. As you can see, I'm Prestige 3, level 19. I was pushing my reputation for a while. Now that I've got a few level bonuses, I'm not really concerned about that right now. Right now I want to build up my scavenger golems, try to get my my earning per hour up. Right now my bank, I'm allowed to store 157 every time I claim. So the main things I want to work on right now is just my bank and my scavenger golems. I haven't really been attacked a whole lot with a fortification of 22 plus 4. So like I said, I'm just going to just keep building this, keep reinvesting my part, try to build up the scavenger golems. My faith, I think, is pretty much where I want it to be. Power, I'm not really concerned too much about. So it's just going to be banked in scavenger golems. If I start getting attacked, of course, I'll put a couple more points in fortification. But right now, I just kind of want to build that account up. And as I mentioned for Splinter Forge, the main thing now is they really sliced the earnings, even being on the leaderboards, just because they were giving away so much Forge. And it just got to the point where people were just like me for my $10 account, were just cashing it out, and you know, people were not burning enough. The supply just keeps going higher and higher and higher. Now maybe now that survival mode is out, people will start using some Forge and burning it for that. I don't think that people are really going to be going big into survival mode until the new hero system is announced for a release date. Because once people can start leveling heroes, they're going to be like, oh crap, I really need to get Electrum. I got to start doing survival mode. And for survival mode, you're going to have to spend a lot of Forge to be able to go through that. So interesting to see how that's going to go. Right now, you can see your earnings are only 23.5% of what they were. So unless you're on the leaderboards, you know, you're not going to get 1,000 Forge or more. This boss has been up for a couple, 3 days. And you know, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 Forge, this would normally be like 2 or 3 times that with this bronze boss. So still can get a little bit of Forge, but nowhere near in the quantities that at least you're used to if you've been playing for a while like I have. Okay guys, I think I'll leave it there. I have another video that I want to upload. I think I will upload it after this one. It's just basically going to be talking about the power of 10% and my strategy on how to build your bags and how to take a little bit of money off the table when prices go up. So we'll upload this right after this video, so stay tuned for that. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for listening to me ramble on about some different tokens. And always, if there are any topics that you would like me to cover, please leave those in the comments below. And until then, remember, stay